Okay, making transportation projects. So again, just trying to emphasize, I mentioned practice, practice, practice with you. This is just, again, trying to point out with environmental, it's the overarching umbrella. If you do not pay attention to it and address it as part of your project, if you're using federal aid funds, you will not have a project. So it's highly important, critical that you address the intent of the law and incorporate the measures, features accordingly. Wait a minute, before I get to that, so any particular NEPA issues you guys have had in your state that need to be mentioned in this room that you could see be a potential problem? Okay, do you have a problem if the contractors got involved as part of your design build NEPA document to help develop the NEPA document? Just to throw that out there, because for federal highways, that's a possibility. Again, like Jerry mentioned, that's some of the things you may evolve to in time, but presently for federal highway, that's acceptable. But most states, again, like Jerry mentioned, within federal highways, we haven't found any federal aid projects that have gotten used progressive design build. It's always been concurrent and or shortly thereafter the NEPA document. Because they've had a problem trying to figure out how to assign risk for NEPA development. Comment, question?
One thing I've been concerned about is lately we've been finding some 4F, 6F issues a little later in the design process. We've got into construction before in some areas of the state, found archaeology or something like that.
Okay.
So you can think you're fine, and then you get to digging.
Yeah, just so you know, the 106 historical archaeology thing is sort of a potentially significant unknown, especially if you're dealing with tribal lands. Do you guys have a lot of tribal stuff out here? Okay. Well, as an example, like in Olympia, Washington, Tacoma, 4 or 5 years ago, they were putting in a major brand new bridge for, I think it was like 20 or 30 million. And on the north end of the Tacoma bridge abutment, as they started opening it up to widen the existing abutment, guess what they found? Historical cemetery, which immediately put the contractor into standby, at least for that area, ended up costing them over 10 to 15 million plus days, just for standby sitting there. Because what happened, and actually it happened on another Washington State bridge, where on that one, the state determined they need to do more than, I think it's called a level 2 archaeology survey versus a level 3. So again, that's with the design build, same process. It's just they had an opportunity to go a little bit deeper into that kind of analogy, but they did their risk thing and they decided not to, and they got burned on 2 major projects within 6 months. So in that area, they've stepped it up. So those happen. Those are really hard to, but the 4F, just so you know, hopefully in 4S and for federal highways, there have been movement in the past year where 4F for federal highways has been relaxed a little bit or more flexible as far as what the de minimis criteria is, which hopefully everybody has heard about that part. It's been expanded a little bit more. Because with 4F, if you do a true 4F, you're supposed to have legal sufficiency, which again, if you bring in legal, what can happen to your project? It may get delayed a little bit, probably a lot more. It's sort of a slippery slope thing.